Kalimera to all the urbanists out there. That means good morning here in Greece. I'm Ariel. This is Urbanist. Right now we are in busy Ammonia Square under the very perfect weather conditions of Greece in October. Let me know where you're watching from, and we're going to go for a nice saunter through this gorgeous city of Athens. Admire the sights, the sounds, the vibes. And it feels so good to be back here. The weather is just perfect. It's the perfect weather. It's like what humans are meant to live in. 72 degrees Fahrenheit. It is that perfect temperature that everyone feels at ease in. Fairly dry, not too humid, like other places that I've been to recently. So it just feels right to be in this weather. I really love Greece, and I love now I realize I gotta visit Greece more around this time of year during the autumn. So let's walk around. So right now, this is Ammonia Square. Ammonia Square is very busy. It has transformed radically. There's a lot of now big hotels over here. There's a huge shopping center. And let's cross the street, shall we? Hello, Shane. Nice to see you here. Lots of traffic because during the workday, the roads in Athens get very busy. Hello, Mia Louise, watching from Sydney, Australia. You're back in Greece. I am indeed back in Greece. This is one of the bigger hotels. Look at that. This used to be the Times Square of Athens in the 50s and 60s, when a little bit of a downturn towards the 90s and 2000s, and now it's coming back up again due to the massive investment by Israelis specifically. There's other investors, of course, but Israelis have been by far the ones who have made a bigger impact in this neighborhood of Ammonia in Athens. They've been buying up a lot of these plots of land that were going down in prices significantly due to the crumbling state of the neighborhood in the past few years, and also due to the housing collapse. And now they've been building up huge hotel chains like here, Brown Acropolis. Hello, Ava. Welcome. Tuning in says, welcome back in Athens. I'm happy to be back in Athens. It's always such a pleasure. So pro tip, you can buy a SIM card, usually from one of these vendors right by the metro. If you want data, they charge around 30 euro in the city center. If you buy it at the airport, it's 45 euro. So a SIM card is what's needed to access the local cell network in any country you're in, or region, because EU acts more as a region in some respects. Oleg says we're in the same time zone again. Oleg, yeah, we are. Wow, it's kind of hard to sometimes think that Ukraine is also in the same time zone as Greece. I wonder how far the Central European time zone extends to. Susie says, you keep making me bounce around. Can't make up your mind. So yeah, I visited 3 places. I visited 4 places. Orlando, Miami, Edinburgh, and now I'm in Athens. And you'll be seeing a bit more Greece throughout this week. No scheduled live videos. I'll be going on at random times. I'll be making a vlog, so stay tuned for that. But I'm so excited to show you a little bit more of Greece. A little bit of preview of what Urbanist Tour, real life tour, we're going to offer you in 2024 with my friend Evan. He's going to host the tours, and I'm going to join them and show you a little bit more places around Greece, so you get a taste of what you'll in for if you join one of these in-person Urbanist tours hosted by my friend Evan. I won't be there, but it'll be curated by me. I'm working with them to pick the right locations, the right restaurants, the right cafes, the right hotels, in order to see what we can really give you the real urbanist experience in real life here in Greece, starting with Greece and then potentially other European countries in the near future. Panajotis, you'll be in Athens Tuesday afternoon. Panajotis, nice to see you here. Send me a message, Panajotis. Hello, Kay. Hello, Tess. Watching from Perth. I'm glad I'm live around the time that most Aussies could tune in. Justine, another Aussie tuning in. We have a lot of Aussies today. This is just the right time. Ooh, who wants a chair? Who wants an office chair? Have any office chair you want. Hey, Nabul says, are you back in Greece? Indeed, I am back in Greece. I didn't have the chance to do basically any lives in Edinburgh, only one series about the history of the city of Edinburgh and learning more about the music and clothing. So stay tuned. That'll probably come out around springtime. Short videos are already coming out about those topics. Hey, Janice says, what did you have for breakfast? I had a very big breakfast. I had a nice breakfast buffet, which was very filling. So lots of lots of food. I almost say I think I ate a little bit too much. That's the downside of going to a breakfast buffet. It's very tempting to just eat all the eggs and all the bacon and all the other treats. Luckily, I avoided the pastries, but I did eat a lot of eggs. So I'm proteined up. Hey, Sharon says, where are you now? It doesn't look like Scotland. No, not Scotland. Way drier. Not Scotland. We are not in Scotland anymore. Look who we have here. Pericles. I think it's Pericles. Should be Pericles. The famous man who built the Parthenon and many other structures in the Acropolis as we know it today. Lorraine says, no lunch needed. No lunch needed. That's right. Though I never got used to that concept of eating a big breakfast so I can avoid a lunch, needing a lunch. I've always been a person who likes eating all my meals throughout the day. But I have, for example, when I used to travel more with family, they would be very adamant in having a gigantic breakfast so there's no need for lunch, and then we can eat a proper dinner. Let me know, what style of travel do you like to do? I'm more of a 3 meals a day kind of person as opposed to a gigantic breakfast. Susie says he's wearing a skirt too. He is indeed. You know, kilts and skirts are not only in Scotland. So Scotland has maintained the tradition to the modern day. Hey, Michelle says, it's been so long since I've seen your live stream. Any excuse to sit down and have a coffee for half an hour, says Michelle. Hey, so glad you're enjoying this nice live stream. So glad you're sitting down having a nice coffee. Bishop says, I prefer 2 bigger meals. Colleen says, looking very nice. I like your shirt. Thank you so much, Colleen. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Look at all the bicycles. So different from Edinburgh. Not too many bicycles in Edinburgh because it's constantly raining. You get very wet if you try to ride a motorcycle. I rarely ever walk through this side of the street. Let's check it out. Kay says, I like a big breakfast if it's cooked for me. Otherwise, I wouldn't bother. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Kay. Well, I do appreciate you cooking me all the gigantic breakfasts when I was being hosted by you in Kilkenny. So Tess is more of a breaky 11sies, lunch, afternoon tea, dinner. Travel is all about the food for you, Tess. That is a smart idea. 11sies is a good idea. I tend to partake a lot in the 11sies. People don't know 11sies. I think its origin comes from Lord of the Rings, though it might be a general British thing. But the hobbits in Lord of the Rings, the very short dwarf-like creatures, would eat second breakfast basically at 11 a.m. called the 11sies. So right now we are kind of in like the Bangladeshi area. It's very small, it's a few blocks. Hey Nebul. Susie says, I love the complimentary breakfast at my hotel. That's always the best thing, going to a hotel with a nice complimentary breakfast. Very typical American thing. We call it a continental breakfast. Jack says, the graffiti capital of Europe. Yeah, so different from Edinburgh. No graffiti in Edinburgh. But here we're back to graffiti, motorcycles, dry weather. Ooh, the Acropolis there in the distance. I think the meat market is going on now. Haven't had too much opportunity to show everyone the meat market, so let's go. Susie says it does not take too much time to please me. Hey Susie, yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed a good breakfast. So now we're entering the meat market and the fish market. And this is in the center of the city. We're almost smack dab in the center of the city. About 10 minutes walking away from Monasteraki, which is the center point where many tourists usually gravitate to. In a way, you can think of Athens as kind of a triangle in the center city. So you have Monasteraki, which is where you start to see all the ancient ruins. And shield your eyes if you're vegan. We're gonna see some meat. Try not to zoom in on the grid. So here is the meat market. This meat market has been running for a very long time, upwards of 100 years. Same location. Some of these vendors are generational, so their families have been butchers for multiple generations. I had the pleasure of meeting one during the food tour. Christine says, Athens? I'm confused. Yep, I am in Athens, Christine. Not sure why you're confused. I think it's normal. All right, let's go to the fish section, shall we? All right, the fish section I think will be more pleasant. Now, if you're a vegan, then I'm sorry. We're gonna... blinking because of the lights. Oh, look at that octopus. It smells so good in here. Uh, Capture the essence of this place, bottle and make it into a cologne, to a candle. Let me know if anyone wants the official Urbanist candles. There'll be fish market. There'll be carbon monoxide from the BQE in New York City. There'll be the subway smells from different metros around the world. Who wants some squid? There we go. All the squid you want. There's some big squid down there. You got some tiny squid. Fish guts, not my particularly want. Ooh, this would make a good meal. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, official Urbanist candles are coming. They will have scents from all cities all around the world. The Athens fish market will be one of them. Ooh, look, these guys are still moving. Oh, it smells like the sea in here. I love it. I feel like I'm out in the Aegean. We got stingrays. That was the fish market and the meat market, and there's a few restaurants in there, which we passed briefly. And one of those restaurants is renowned for its Slovaki, which is pork skewers. And here we have the dried goods, or I mean spices. So we have oregano, spices, nuts, prunes, one of my favorites. Every nut you ever wanted. We got whole nuts, we got salted nuts, we got chocolate nuts, we got chopped nuts. Ray says, what is this place? So this is the meat market. I'm not sure the official name, but it's right in the center of the city. So it's between Monastiraki, which is down that way. Monastiraki is the square where we have perfect view of the Acropolis. Down there is Omonia Square, which is where I started, where there's a huge fountain and many of the larger hotel chains. And this is right in the center of that. This is Athens Street. Athens is basically the one of the sections of the triangle that makes the center of the city. A lot of these words might not mean anything if you've never been to Athens, because Athens, as I mentioned, has more like 3 centers as opposed to 1 center. It's not like New York City, like Manhattan, that has Times Square. It's like right in the center of what you would think of when you think of New York City. It's not quite the case in Athens. Athens, I think, would be a little bit more like, say, Brooklyn, where there's a few centers of Brooklyn. Hey, Wendy, nice to see you here. We call walnuts Greek nuts in Ukraine. Ah, that's interesting, Oleg. That's very interesting. All right, let's go down this way. This is a nice area during the work days, the weekdays. Hey, Wendy says, any haggis here? No, you know, no haggis. Unfortunately, I would love to have a nice haggis pie here, like the Greek style pies, but with haggis. I gotta learn my Greek. Maybe it'll be called haggiskopita. That might be the word. But no haggis. We are now in spinach pie country. So each of these streets as we're passing through has a different industry. Here we have like the trimmings, I think. Would love to learn more about Greek mythology, says Michelle. Yes, and you will. Some type of content will be made about mythology in these upcoming days that I'm here in Greece. What is that bright star in the eastern sky, says Mike Giles? That should be the sun. Yeah, we have a huge star here on Earth called the sun, S-U-N, and it tends to be very bright throughout the day, providing light all throughout our planet Earth. That's one way you can orient your direction. In the beginning of the day, the sun rises from the east and sets in the west. And there you can get a sense of where you are on planet Earth. Right there, it's a very bright star. Ooh, I gotta fix Nightbot. It's still saying Miami. Oh, I forgot to save it. Hey, Maril from Manhattan. Hey, Ron, nice to see you here. Bishop says science fact. Science is awesome. So yeah, we are now in like the trimmings street. This is what I like about Athens. You really get a sense of what cities used to be more like. In America, we kind of split up all these different businesses and industries, and they're much more farther away. You kind of don't see the street where there's all the clothing and the garments, the street where there's all the meat and the fish, the street with all the dried goods. You don't really get that sense in most modern American cities, maybe aside from New York, a little bit in Boston, but I really didn't get that sense in like Seattle aside from the main food market. So, but here you do. Here you have your street with the garments, you have your street with the trimmings, you have your street with the appliances and toilets, you have your street with the meats and the fish. You have streets designated for each of them. Wendy asks, is Jamaica next? I would love to go to Jamaica at some point. No plans for Jamaica at the very moment. Nebul says the same thing happens in Morocco. Yeah, the same thing happens in France. France also, in big French cities, you have streets dedicated to industry. And they're all right next to each other. So here, I think we're popping upon the door handles street, and like the street that has like the extra bits for furniture and furnishings. Wendy says, how long are you there? I'll be showing you parts of Greece throughout the next week. Some live videos, no schedule. Some short videos, so stay tuned for those. And then you'll be seeing a vlog probably around mid-November, a vlog or two of my adventure throughout Greece. So stay tuned for all of that. So I've walked in this area a lot. If you saw my live video where it was 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius, you'll recognize this is where I started. And you'll notice it's very different. There's life on the streets. People are out enjoying food. Businesses are now open. People are doing work. People are doing deliveries. But when the weather gets way too hot, everyone goes indoors. Daryl says, you're back in Greece again. I am indeed, Daryl. And I'm deeply enjoying this country of Greece. I know people wanted to see more Edinburgh. I might go there at some point in the near future again to do more live videos. But this time I was there only for 10 days. I couldn't be there longer because I had 2 trips in before and 1 trip now that I have to be on. And I was focusing on shooting a documentary which will come around springtime-ish. So it's funny, now here's like the church wares section. Incense, icons, holy water, anything you need. Incense holders. Smells like myrrh. That'll be another urbanist candle. Churches of Europe. Just myrrh, basically. Myrrh and frankincense blended together. Maybe I'll put a little bit of musk in there just to have a little slight dampness so you can get the real feeling that you're in the church. I'd say the smell is lovely in that area. Yeah, it is. Daryl says, subscriber says Daryl. Well, Daryl, I didn't know it was a competition. Oh. Or not district, I don't want to be appropriate word, but lighting streets. Every light you've ever wanted. You want a wiggly light? You want a bubbly light? Do you want oblong light? Or avant-garde light? Or a candle light? All the lights you ever wanted is right here. You can see. So the weather is saying Glyfada. Glyfada is like the beach area right next to Athens. It's tough to put on Nightbot, which is the automated chat bot that is on YouTube, to set it to Athens because it automatically sets it to Athens, Georgia. And I'm not sure why. It's obvious that Athens, Greece is the original Athens. So I had to set it to a nearby area called Glyfada. So right here is one of my favorite brunch places called The Makers. Highly recommend them if you want like a more typical American brunch. Greeks do brunch and breakfast just in general amazing. You'll find great breakfast all around this country. And that includes American breakfast items like avocado toast, egg sandwiches as well. It's very common. Scrambled eggs, also very common, and then there's some Greek spins on those items. So this shop is really cool. Neon lights. Max says, talk to people. Ask them what they're feeling and going through. I don't do that walking around on live video. there's definitely maybe a few live streamers that do it. It is a way of making live videos. I've never been into that, but you will meet locals throughout my documentary series. I met here in Athens about 25 locals. You'll meet most of them in my documentary series that might be coming around winter time, so stay tuned. And then I'm doing the same thing for Edinburgh as well, so stay tuned for that. Colleen, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you have a great day. Here's one of the better coffee shops, Anana. It's a great coffee shop here in the Bauhaus style building. Ray says, do you know about the 1973 uprising? I do know about the 1973 uprising, and I've been tempted to make a video on it. Let me know if you would like to see a video about the uprising. And it's hot over here. I wish I would have dressed for the weather. I need to get myself a nice pair of shorts because I did not bring shorts. I did not think I would need shorts. I was expecting 67. Today it'll be probably up to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Big Man says, I love how you pronounce Edinburgh correctly. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one if you're an American speaker. So if you remember seeing my Airbnb tour, let me know if you remember where I ate amazing croissant. That croissant, that breakfast Danish was right here in Overall Croissanterie. This is one of the better pastries I've ever had in my life. It was a croquette madame croissant, and it blew me away. Actually, croquette madame Danish, I mean, really great. This is a great croissanterie. One of the best I've ever tried. Even better than some places I've had in France. Highly, highly recommend these croissants. I'm very full. I would try one on camera, but I am stuffed. And here's one of the better cocktail bars. I feature this on the short video. It's called Clumsy's. Justine says it looks so good. It did indeed. Ray says, did you go to Polytech? No, I did not. I have a degree in electrical engineering from the City College of New York. Ron says, you missed the sound of people screaming, bike lane in New York City. Yeah, it is nice. All right, so here we have very cool street art and more lights. Is there any street art, says Max, all around? So you're seeing street art here, and then graffiti. Basically, the city's covered in graffiti, more street art. And the street performers, Max, tends to be more towards the busy areas. With tourists. So Blaka, which is a neighborhood I've covered many times, you'll see more street artists. Ooh. Place for sandwiches. Nice. Now, one of the benefits, I think, of Greece, Greek culture, similar to American, is that you have amazing takeout food, amazing street food, like grab and go food. It's not the case in other parts of Europe. Definitely not the case so much in Italy, not so much in France. But here you can easily go to a bunch of places, have an amazing sandwich or meal or a snack and grab and go or sit down casually without sitting down in a restaurant. And I really love that about these bigger Greek cities. George says, it's going to be 75 degrees in Detroit today. We might set a record with 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow, it's getting hot in in the northern U.S. Yeah, it's hot over here too. And I've spoken with a few Greek people, and they told me that it is indeed a bit hotter than usual. Hello, Michelle. Nice to see you here. Hope you and your family are doing well. Susie says, I like those bikes. Yeah, they're nice. The bikes are all around the city. Oh, Ray says Polytechnic is in Greece is where the uprising began. Oh, you're referring to Athens Polytechnic. No, I am not from Greece. I'm from New York City. Wow. So this is cool with the DNA. Look at that, the DNA helix as the light bulb part. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh my, I gotta go shopping. So this is the tricky part. If you are someone, I usually slow travel, so I tend to be in a place for one region. So usually I'm not switching weathers too much. This is the first trip I really done where I'm switching weather significantly. Aside from 2022, which I did very similar. Do you miss Greece while you were gone? I did. I really did, yeah. So, to cold, humid, to hot, dry, I had to pack. Ron says mopeds are increasing in New York City as well. You know, it is a bit of a shame because mopeds, out of all the vehicles that exist, mopeds are the loudest. So they're louder than cars. They're louder than even motorcycles. Definitely louder than bicycles. That is. But mopeds have an extremely loud sound. Look at it. You hear that? Very loud. Some mopeds could be louder than even a truck. Travelnista says, can we go shopping? I would love to. Again, this is one of the things that's a bit more harder to do a live video than you would think. Some people could do it well. Ooh, lots of construction here. Look at this. What are the gas prices here? This is Max. Oh, I don't know. I don't drive when I really travel, so I'm unaware of gas prices. Hey, if anyone wants to receive a postcard, you can become a mega urbanist, contributing $20 or more per month on patreon.com or YouTube members. So if you do either one of those, are contributing $20 a month or more, then I'm happy to send you a postcard. Send me your address and I'll send you a postcard from wherever I'm at, and I send them throughout the year. So feel free to become a mega urbanist. If you're not a mega urbanist, do become one if you want a postcard. And do some shopping, try to find some shorts because I have a feeling it's gonna get very hot, and I'm gonna get myself a t-shirt as well. I did not dress for the weather. I have a scarf and a knitted cap and a jacket with me at my lodging, and I also have I did not get the chance to wear it in Edinburgh, but I also have a twill suit. Twill is a little bit softer tweed. It's made out of wool, not good for this weather at all. And NW says, wait, the last video I saw you were in Scotland. I was, yeah. And I took the miracle flight over to Greece. Scotland was 10 days for me, but it was jam-packed because I filmed a lot. You're gonna see. This is the National Historical Museum. That's cool. Yeah, I think unfortunately there's buffering. But hopefully you see my goodbye. Stay tuned. You'll see more Greece. Put on your notifications for a random live video I may do. People have asked, have I seen these cool places in Greece? You may see them on the live video if we're lucky. So stay tuned for that, or at least a short video or a blog. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Patreon.com/urbanist if you want to join your support for this show, and also if you want to receive a postcard at patreon.com/urbanist and click the mega urbanist option. Everyone, keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a great day, everyone. Bye bye, or as they say here, yasas. Yasas.